I'm going to delete this video. No, I'm not. Okay. I don't know if you see me or not. Welcome back to Kevin's Place. 20th of April. Probably about 3 weeks early on planting the garden, but I'm going to give it a try and hope that it won't get a frost. I don't see nothing in the forecast, and this is an early year. Everything's greening up. Usually second week of May, we got this many leaves on the trees, and I'm not finding no mushrooms. They're all gone. So let's do a walkthrough. We'll call it a walkabout. All right, this here is a sunny boy. This is marigold. They go good in the garden around keeping aphids off tomatoes, peppers, what have you. These are all bell peppers here in the front, and we just planted these, so they got a wilt to them. Give them a couple days and they'll stand up nice. But they are a pretty pepper. We love bell peppers too. And this second row over here, these are a little bit smaller. These are, I can't say the word, but they're the kind of pepper you get in your pizzas, pepperoncinis, I think maybe. And then they're banana peppers mixed in there. I got mixed up with them, and I forget which one is which. They're still growing, but it's not as hard on them being this small when you transplant them in the garden as it is if you transplant a bigger plant like this one here all wilted over. Don't worry about it, it'll stand up. And then got some more marigolds. They look like they're about half dead too. Like I say, they'll all come back. Excuse me. Now then, got tomatoes, and these are all Sunny Boy yellow tomatoes on these two rows here. And going down. Now, we went ahead and got more rows laid off. I like to take a stake like that and then take another stake down the other end, and I got a string. Can't really see it from there, but I got a string on it. And that way I can make nice straight rows. It makes the garden look better. And if I don't use a string, I'm telling you, it looks like a snake crawled through there and made the row. My wife used to tease me about that. But I'm going to show you a picture of those Sunny Boys. They're really good tomato if you like yellow tomatoes. They're a big tomato, and what I like about them, they're uniform. Once they start coming on, they'll all be about the same size. They'll be big, nice tomatoes too. And they got a really good flavor to them, and a low acid too if you have a problem with acid in your tomatoes. And here's some more of the cabbage, and I think I got cabbage, these first 3 or 4 there, and then broccoli and cauliflower on down through there, and kind of mixed them up a little too. A lot of it's because of transplanting, where when it died, I'd put something else in its place and get confused on what I had. And here's some eggplants. They're doing good. The only thing, like I say, these last 2 days we planted all this. The only thing about eggplants, those little black bugs get on them, and they'll destroy them just within a day or two. You really got to watch them. And these, I think, are early girl tomatoes here, down there. And these are more early girls. I believe these are beefsteak here. And these are beefsteak here. And of course, I got more rows laid off, so when we plant some more, I got some flowers I like to plant in the garden. I can't ever think of the name of them. They're a garden flower. I don't know. Anyway, they're a pretty hardy flower, and then it makes the garden look nice. And then my potatoes over here. Look at that patchy stuff. I put them out probably been 3 or 4 weeks ago, way too early. 2 weeks before Good Friday, and I'm going to have to transplant, I believe. If you notice, like here's a row, right where my foot's at. Right, where's my foot? There it is. That's the row. Now over here, See, these are volunteers from last year's patch. The ones in the middle of the row here. So they're not, I'll just till them up. And then I'll have to put some more potatoes in the middle. And there's some of them still. This is in the row here. Now these little potatoes are still coming up. These are Pontiac potatoes, I think. I believe that's what I got. And there's a little walnut tree. We don't need that in here. But hopefully my potatoes do good. Last year they done a lot better than this early, and I planted them early too. But like I say, I may have to go back through them. And we've got a tray of peppers. I have a little greenhouse. Of course, I think I did videos on that already. We're growing on. I couldn't put out this many plants. I couldn't afford it if I had to go buy them, you know, right off. And the seeds is expensive, but it's a lot cheaper than buying the plants. And well, let's see. Oh, let's walk down here in the garden a little bit more. I got some onions over here, and I'm really disappointed in the onions because they just really do not look good at all. My wife always says you got to turn them with the sprout upward, and I didn't. I just told them in there. Maybe she's right. Maybe you do have to plant them like that. I can't see where it makes that much difference, but it looks like sheep in here are hoeing this too. Loosen up the dirt to get a little air in there. Might help them come up. And this little spot right here, going along in here, I'll plant some cucumbers. And actually going to plant some beans here in a minute over there in those 4 rows. And here's some blackberries we got. And these are raspberries here. This is horseradish here. And then I think I got some blueberries down there further down. And there's that hoe. I wonder where it went. And here's some strawberries. We've got to go through these strawberries and make a ridge through see that line right through there. And just leave the hills. Because if they can't get air and sun into them good, they won't do good. Excuse me. Well, I'm going to plant those beans. I'll plant those Blue Lake beans. They're a boost bean. They're pretty good beans. All right, well, guys, I appreciate you. And you come back and see me at my channel. And don't forget to share and like. Thank you and God bless.